Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for February the 16th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy. After that, we'll pull one card for each sign and we'll see how that plays out. You do want to stick around and see what overall energy is all about before you move into what I find for your sign. I think we've got a lot going on today as far as energy wise. I wouldn't be too surprised if I checked astrology and found out we've got some, because I'm not shuffling usually. I'm shuffling by now, at least for our overall energy. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. All right, what do we have? Nine of Pentacles. This is actually one of my favorite cards. It talks about the idea of being independent and self-sufficient and fairly happy in that independent life. Finding those joys that are there when we're independent and self-sufficient. I just realized my microphone was way far away. So sorry. So overall energy, Nine of Pentacles has to do with independence, self-sufficiency. So this is going to talk about the idea that we're doing something without the assistance or the help of others, that it's kind of our baby. It's our pet. All right. So sometimes it talks about just being single, but that's not necessarily the case. We can be married or coupled up and still do things on our own that are our own pet projects. All right, let's see how this plays out. All right, now, Aries. King of Cups showing up for you guys. Get this kind of centered. So King of Cups showed up for you guys. This is interesting. This basically talks about finding satisfaction, finding happiness, maybe even finding love, but a more mature type of love, not necessarily, not puppy love. This can be, after you've been married a little while, that type of love that, love changes, it grows. And so this is a more mature type of love. This doesn't have to be a love of a partner. This can be a love of a family member or something like that as well. There's something going on that's making you feel satisfied or fulfilled, and it's something that I think you're interested in, that this is, your pet thing. It doesn't even have to be a marriage or another person, although the King of Cups in a relationship spread would be, somebody who has true feelings for somebody. But with that Nine of Pentacles being the overall, I think that you may very well be loving yourself and loving your own independence. Or if you're not, if you are coupled up with somebody, you're not single, you could still be finding that love for yourself and who you are and what you have to offer the world as an individual. All right, let's look at Taurus. Pretty profound there for Aries. Taurus, Lover's card coming up in reverse. There's something going on here where you're walking away from some type of partnership because you just are having a hard time being on the same page with this person. And because you're feeling fairly self-confident and self-assured, that you can take care of things. You're not in a situation where you feel like you have to be partnered up with somebody. And this can be a romantic situation, definitely. I certainly wouldn't take it off the table. But it also could be a business thing, or it could be a friendship that you're feeling like you're better off without too. Okay? So it could be manifesting in multiple ways. All right, guys, I can't stand it anymore. I think it's a camera thing. There. All right, let's look at Gemini. Queen of Swords showing up for you, Geminis. This does talk about the idea of you doing something that is independent, and it's a very logical thing. It's something that makes sense. You're doing something that basically takes care of business, and you're doing it on your own. Next, we're looking at Cancer. Da, 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 da. Cancers with that Ten of Swords in reverse. This talks about the idea that you were doing something independently, self-sufficiently, and maybe you kind of got away from that. Maybe you had invited somebody to come in and participate in whatever this is as well. Well, this just says that participation did not go for very long, and now you're back to doing this yourself. Okay. And actually, I think you feel good about doing it yourself. I think you may even be feeling a breath of relief to be doing this yourself again. Next up, we're looking at Leo. Three of Cups coming up in reverse. Leos. Boop-a-da-doo. Leos, I really think that what's happening here is you're uh, separating yourself from somebody who did not treat you very well, and you're recognizing this idea that, you know what, I don't have to be around you. I've got other things that I could be focusing on. I'm going to go do those. So, getting away from somebody who did not treat you very well, Leo. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. Excuse me. What's happening here, Virgo? This is interesting because Virgos is telling me that even though you're doing something independently and self-sufficiently, everything isn't falling into place the way that you would like it to just yet. You're still kind of at the beginning of whatever this independent, self-sufficient project is. And so things aren't really organized yet. They aren't really lined up yet. You know, I know you guys really like your organization. This talks about putting in that time, getting things organized and getting things lined up in a way that makes sense so that things can start being easier once you've got this organizational foundation set. All right, next up we're looking at Libra. Princess of Swords. Libras, this is telling me that you are doing something independent that has to do with looking for information, digging for information, or doing research on something. So when you're doing this independently, self-sufficiently, you know, this is not teamwork. This is not a project that you're sharing with somebody else. You're digging for information on your own, and quite capable of getting it on your own as well. Scorpios. What do we have? All right, Scorpios. We're enjoying our independent, self-sufficient, maybe even alone time today. It is bringing us to a new level of happiness. That Ten of Cups in reverse, for me, talks about finding something that makes us happy and then upgrading that so that we have more of it in our life, or we have it in our life to a bigger degree in some way. So upgrading our happiness with, some alone time. Doing something independently and self-sufficiently upgrades our level of happiness. All right. Sagittarius. You're next. Four of Wands showing up in reverse, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you're having some kind of adventure out away from the family or away from home right now. Some type of independent adventure. You will be returning home and returning to family, but right now you're doing an independent adventure. Capricorn. King of Wands. Okay, so Capricorns, you're doing something that makes you feel excited, enthused, something that feels inspired to you. And you're doing this on your own without any teamwork involved, just doing your own thing here. Aquarius. Queen of Wands. Very similar to Capricorn, you are doing something that is on your own, possibly even something entrepreneurial, and you're doing something that helps to encourage or uplift somebody else. Next up, Pisces. Okay, Pisces, Six of Swords showing up in reverse. Pisces, it looks like you're making some kind of lifestyle change which enables you to do things in a more independent, self-sufficient way. So doing something that makes you feel more empowered, and you're making this a lifestyle change. This is a change that's going to be in effect for the foreseeable future, at least. Okay.
So that's what I've got for everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I do have openings for readings or for Reiki. So if you guys want to get in touch with me, all kinds of ways to do that on my website. And I'll see the rest of you on the video tomorrow. Don't forget, everybody, put a thumbs up if you want to support this video and support this channel and share the video all over the place. And of course, put comments down below. Thank you guys. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.